What's going on, guys? PXCam back in with a brand new video. We are here in Europe in our European lobby racing against some really fast guys as we are in Lago Maggiore for the daily race seat going on around here. Hard compounds is the only tire that is given to us here, and fuel consumption not really a big worry, but we do have to worry about these curbings and these grass here as this is a really difficult track. I know that a lot of people really like this track. I like the track, but I like the track on the normal version. I don't like it the reverse edition, and this is the way that we're racing right now, the reverse edition. Just some parts that don't flow really well compared to the normal tracks in my opinion, but we're just gonna have to tackle it as best as we can since we are gonna be racing in the Porsche 911. We're gonna try to go for a no stop plan here, and maybe we can get hopefully a top 5, if not a podium around this race. So going into the warm-up here, before we jump into the race, if you guys really enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video as it really helps out the channel when you guys do so. Anyways, that is enough promoting myself. Let's jump into this crazy race. Jumping into the race now, we get our 3, 2, 1, and away we go as the Belgian right ahead of us gets a little bit of wheel spin, almost spins out coming off the final corner, leading us down the straight to the first time, past the start-finish line, onto lap number 1. And you can see already a little bit of drama happening here as me and the Belgian just got a little bit loose, and I'm not sure if anybody else got loose behind us, but very tricky corner that is the last one. So just something that we're gonna have to keep an eye on as we venture into the race. Coming into the first section here of the race, we're just taking it very cautiously and just tiptoeing our way through here since we are using the hard compound tires. That is the only compound that was given to all of us here, and that's the only compound that we're gonna be able to use. Luckily with the Porsche, it doesn't use up the tire wear too bad, so if we can get it heat up to the optimal temperature and just kind of bite our way around the track, not push the car too much, we should be able to manage these tires all the way to the end of the race, unlike some of the guys ahead of us that are using the RA or the NSX, just cars that abuse the tires. So that's going to be the strategy here. We're playing the long game. We're just going to try to, again, just be very consistent with our lap times and just focus on hitting our marks, making sure we don't abuse these tires, and see if we could go with the no stop here. Some of these guys are going to have to make a pit stop here. But coming out of the final corner, this does not go according to plan as we just get a little bit loose coming off the final corner, and the Portuguese is able to make an easy overtake on us. We let him get the position. But jumping into the middle part of lap number 2, you can see that we didn't lose too much time from the Portuguese, as we're still right behind him here as we're just navigating our way through the S's once again. This is such a tricky part of the racetrack. It's just you come in with a lot of speed in the beginning part of the S's, and you just kind of have to slow it down, pick up the speed, and then slow it right back down while you're just having a lot of oversteer and the car's already just off balance. So a very difficult, tricky section that is right there, but we were able to navigate through it pretty cleanly as we get a little bit loose coming to the left-hander, but that's just something we're gonna have to keep an eye on as we venture on towards the rest of the race. So coming into the final couple of corners here, you see that we just missed our apex just a little bit, so we take a little late of an apex, and there's some smoke coming up as we have somebody spun out right ahead of us, and we're able to get one position down. As you can see, there's another car on the inside that's just came out of a ghosting, so 2 cars incident right here. So he's right on board with the R right here on the replay. Does a quick 360. We are immediately get our kill counter set to 2. And it's only been 2 laps into this race here as we now jump into lap number 3, heading into turn number 1. So already our kill counter is up to into 2. So how many more can happen throughout the race as we are now coming out of turn number 1, leading us into turn number 2 and 3. You can see that 9th and 8th are starting to fight with each other just a little bit, but 9th place gets a little bit loose, has to let go of the throttle, and you can see now that they're starting to build a little bit of gap away from each other, and that's good for us because the more that they battle here, the more they're going to be abusing their tires, and the more it is going to be able for us to catch up to them. So heading to the S's once again, and there we go, another yellow flag. So let's see what happened here as we're coming through the end of the S's. You can see the 7th place driver does have a 3-second penalty, so not sure exactly what happened, but all we know is that he's coming off of a spin, so bumps our kill counter up into 3. And so lap number 3, 3 kills. Okay, things are starting to kind of get crazy here as we go down to the penalty zone. Past the penalty zone, the RA had a service penalty, so we get an easy position there, almost make an overtake on the NSX right ahead of us, but we think twice about it, just decide to brake very early, follow in line right behind him, and just kind of just take it a little bit easy right here as we head into the final 2 corners. So catching up to this pack of cars right ahead of us, things are starting to get a little bit squirrely. You can see one of the cars gets a little bit loose off the final corner, but in this pack we have to be very, very careful because anything can happen, as one of the RAs is just getting very, very loose coming into the bank corner. So coming out of the left-hander, 6th place gets a little bit loose, almost takes himself out. I'm not going to call that a kill, but we are going to call it about half a kill. So we are up to 3.5 kills for this race here, and it's only lap number 4 as we actually pull a fastest sector for our lap time here, and you can see that we are still right behind this little pack here. So following this train of cars, it's going to be beneficial towards us because, again, we're not abusing our tires right now, as the RH, just you can see right ahead of us, is getting very, very loose on some of these corners. But again, we're not abusing the tires, we're just following these guys, saving our tires, and not pushing the car too much. So again, we should be able to hopefully make it to the end of the race with some good tire wear and keep up a pace now as we're heading down the straight. So coming down the straight, we're in the slipstream of the 8th place driver. As we head into the left-hander, we decide to take a little peek onto the inside, but think twice about it. We're just a little too far back for the move, but 8th place goes into the grass, does get a little bit loose, a little bit squirrely there, and you can see that we're able to just kind of take another peek onto the inside. We go for the dive right onto the inside, but just brake a little too late. 8th place gets a really good cutback and gets a little bit loose once again off the final corner and immediately dives into the pits. So I think he's had enough with his tires, decides to come into the pits, try to get a new fresh of soft, or not soft, but hard compound tires, and that gives us the easy 8th place position now as we head into the S's once again. So halfway through the race now, tire wear's doing all right. It's not the best, but we're making a manage here as we get a little bit loose coming off the S's. We are on the inside here as we try to defend our position now from the 9th place driver. Frenchman is able to get a really good cutback here as he gets a really great exit off of that corner. Side by side now as we head down the straight, we're just keeping an eye on our fuel consumption and also where our tire, or not our tire, but our brake balance is as we head into the left-hander. Going to the left-hander, we do have the outside going into it, and the Frenchman is able to make an easy overtake on us now as we head into the right-hander, lead us into the final 2 corners. Defending the inside, since we do have the 9th place driver all over our rear bumper, and in doing so, we actually missed our braking point once again. So 2nd lap in a row that we missed our braking point on that left-hander, and that costed us just a little bit, but fortunately we were able to get a really great exit on the final corner and kind of pull away here from the 9th place driver as we attempt to make a move on the inside of the Frenchman. So going into the inside here, 7th and 6th did come out of the pits, so that kind of scared me just a little bit and distracted me, so I decided to back out of the move there, and in doing so, that actually screwed us up just a little bit because of the cars right on the inside. So going into the left-hander now, as we now follow the 8th place driver here going into lap number 6, which is still right behind these guys, just again biding our time, making sure that we're not pushing the car too much, and the tires are doing pretty well here. Now, I'm not sure how the cars ahead of us are doing. As you can see, the Frenchman decides to just dive his way into the inside once again. So 2 cars on the pit lane right now. Is anyone going to come out right here on the exit? You can see there's 2 cars coming out, and we're able to easily overtake them here as we head into turn number 1. But in doing so, we do get a little bit loose, so that was kind of my little mistake there going into turn number 1, as we got very, very loose, missed our apex, and you can see now we're starting to get pressured all over by the Belgian right behind us, and this is not good for us here, because if we do have some guys behind us, we're going to have to defend, and that's going to abuse our tires here, because we're going to have to take deeper cuts into some of these corners. But again, we're just going to have to do as best as we can to defend. We do have a lot of medium to fast corners here on this racetrack. Not a lot of overtaking opportunities, but I think we're going to be all right here as we head into the left-hander Banky Boy. So going to the left-hander, coming out of here, we're able to hold off our position here as we get a really good exit, but the car right behind us is going to be in our slipstream, so we decide to go into the inside, try to cover up as much as we can, but he is on the inside here, going side by side into the S's. We have to let him go, but in doing so, we also let the R8 go, and so both the Belgian and the Portuguese is able to make an easy overtake on us here, as we are now starting to get pressured by the 9th place driver right behind us as we come out of the S's here. So off of the S's, we are able to just hold off our 8th place position now, as we have this guy right behind us, and he's pushing all over our back bumper, just giving us the pressure right now as we head into this left and right hander. Going into these right hander right here, we're just holding him off a little bit. As you can see, the Belgian goes a little bit wide, almost clips the grass and spins out. As we head into the left hander, we get bumped from behind, almost spin out right there, almost get taken out by the 8th place driver. And we have to relinquish the spot right there, as he did go into our inside, clip our rear bumper, and now we are side by side with him going into the ASUS. Who's gonna give the charge right here as he just cuts right in front of us. We try to look onto the inside right here, but we're just a little too far back, and we have to relinquish the 8th place driver now, as we have another car right behind us trying to take advantage of the situation here. But luckily we're able to just hold him off right now, but not sure how good we're gonna be able to hold him off, as we did get a really bad exit coming off of the S's. Going to the left-hander, brake as late as we can. We do miss our apex, and in doing so we almost go too wide to where we go into the grass, but luckily we're able to hold it off and keep our 9th place position now, as we are on lap number 9. So on lap number 9, we're heading back into the S's here. So basically the last part of the track here, we go a little bit wide as the tires are now really starting to wear out here. The turning is not the best right now, and we are getting a ton of oversteer. So just losing grip on a lot of parts of the track. This is going to be very difficult to do, because we just have to hold off as many guys as we can now with just 2 laps to go. Can we do it here, as we do have a yellow flag coming up? So heading to the left-hander, there's the yellow flag. Trying to see what happened, but it doesn't look like anything happened right here, or whoever caused the incident was able to get back under control. So right along here for the replay, you can see right here the Renault just gets very, very loose, clips the curve, and there is another death. So kill counter up into 4. That number might jump up a little bit more as we get a little bit closer to the end of the race. Another car spins out right there. I believe it was the same Renault, so it goes up into 5, the kill counter. So already 5 incidents here that's been going on this race. Is any more incidents going to happen here now, as we are going to cross the start finish line to lead us into the last lap? On the last lap now, we run a 2:09 all right lap time, but we head into turn number 1 with a lack of grip here. Almost go very, very wide as clip the grass, and the Beetle is able to make an easy overtake on the inside of us because of that mistake. And now we are demoted back into 9th place position, as we were able to hold off our 8th just for a tad bit, but the 8th place driver was able to get it away from us now, as 6th place does have to serve a penalty. So can we get close enough to the 6th place driver that has to serve his penalty on the penalty zone and make an easy overtake, as I believe he does have to serve a 4-second penalty. So if we're able to stay within 4 seconds of the guy with the penalty, we can get an 8th place position. And I think we should be able to hold off the 10th place drivers. He is about a second away from us. So let's see what's going to happen here as we head into the left-hander. On our way to the penalty zone here, as we are on the straight that leads us there. What's going to happen as the car does serve his penalty? We cross the start, not the start, but the penalty zone here, and the Belgian does lose enough time to where we're able to make an easy overtake. So now we are promoted into 8th place. Going to the final 2 corners. Can we catch up to this Beetle in just a desperate lunge to catch up to him and make an overtake? As we head into the final 2 corners, we decide to defend our inside here, as we have a couple cars behind us. The yellow flag is out here as we come into the final corner. There's a car spun out. Another one added to the kill counter right here as we come out of the final corner. Heading down the straight, we get a 7th place here after doing a no stop and having to worry about our tires. Kill counter was at 6, so 6 people did die here on this race, and it was just a wacky, crazy race here. Not sure exactly what happened. It's a lot of cars decided to just take themselves out in the final couple of laps here, and we were able to find our way from a starting in 10th place position to a 7th place. So not too shabby, especially when you realize that we were racing against a lot of really fast drivers. Not only that, we did do a no stop with the 911, and we were battling a lot of people, but the 911 is holding off the tire wear pretty well compared to the RA and some of these other cars. So I had a lot of faith in the plan, but just really glad that we were able to execute it correctly, and that we did not make too many big mistakes where it caused us to lose a lot of positions, but we did make a couple of them. So just need to clean that up. Maybe we can get a better finish if we are able to clean it up and just save our tires just a tad bit more, but also become a little bit faster and familiarize with the track. So let me know how you guys are doing on this race. comment that down below. And if you guys really enjoyed the video, which I'm guessing you guys did since you guys made it all the way to the end, please subscribe and leave a like on the video, as it really helps out the channel when you guys do so. And if you guys found me entertaining, I hope to see you guys on the next one. Peace out.